Hey guys, a warm welcome to our channel. Today I want to walk you through a detailed review of the Skytech Gaming Rampage Desktop PC with Ryzen 7 9700X RTX 5070T, 32GB DDR5, 1TB Gen4 NVMe SSD, 850W Gold PSU, 360mm ARGB AIO, Wi-Fi, and Windows 11. I've researched this rig across many sources, spec sheets, Amazon listings, reviewer impressions, so you get a balanced view. To start, the component list already sounds very promising. The Ryzen 7 9700X has a base clock of 3.8 GHz and a boost up to around 5.5 GHz, giving it strong single-thread and multi-thread capacity. The GPU is an NVIDIA RTX 5070T with 16 GB of VRAM, GDDR5 per listings. The memory is 32 GB of DDR5-5600 RGB, and you also get a 1TB Gen4 NVMe SSD that promises strong throughput. The cooling is handled by a 360mm ARGB liquid cooler, and the whole system is powered by an 850W Gold PSU meeting ATX 3 standards. The listing also mentions Wi-Fi built-in and Windows 11 out of the box. Performance in games and synthetic tests seems to line up with expectations from that hardware. In 1440p gaming, this rig can hit high frame rates in modern titles, especially with DLSS and frame generation pushing performance further. Some user reviews praise the ability to run AAA games on ultra smoothly, noting good thermal headroom and consistent performance. For productivity or creative tasks, the CPU-GPU combination handles video editing, 3D work, and multitasking decently, though in heavily GPU-intensive 4K rendering it will be challenged compared to more powerful workstation setups. Thermals and build quality are key in a pre-built, and here I found both praise and caution. Many reviews and user impressions mention good cable management, and the 360mm AIO helps keep the CPU fairly cool under load. However, in long stress tests or very hot ambient rooms, there could be thermal throttling or rising component temperatures, especially in the GPU region. The case design is visually appealing with ARGB fans and lighting, but aesthetic features can sometimes come at the cost of airflow if the design prioritizes looks over ventilation. In terms of expandability, this system is fairly friendly. The NVMe slot could allow you to add more storage. The motherboard should have spare PCIe or M.2 slots, depending on the model, and replacing or upgrading the GPU or memory is possible. But because it's a pre-built, some cooling and case constraints may make major upgrades, especially of very large GPUs, more challenging without modifying aesthetics or airflow. Also, pre-built systems sometimes use proprietary connectors or layouts, so always double-check before swapping parts. Now, to be fair and critical, there are several limitations you should know. First, the real-world performance sometimes depends heavily on DLSS frame generation support. Without it, pushing beyond 1440p at very high settings may struggle. In fact, some critics discuss how RTX 5070 builds might rely more on fake frames or upscaling to hit high numbers. Second, the listing claims Wi-Fi built in, but multiple user reviews point out issues with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, fluctuating speeds, drops in some units. Third, the 1TB SSD is good, but with heavy games and media workloads that fills fast, so adding storage later will likely be necessary. Fourth, while the PSU is 850W in gold, for future big upgrades, say next-gen flagship GPUs, you might push its limits. Given all that I've researched and weighed, is this Skytech Rampage worth buying? My verdict: yes, but with caveats. If you want a strong, ready-to-go gaming creator PC that handles 1440p ultra settings and is largely future-proof, this is compelling. You get a very good balance of CPU, GPU, memory, storage, cooling, and aesthetics out of the box. However, if your priorities are flawless Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, highest-end 4K gaming without scaling, or maximum headroom for future upgrades, you might want to explore more premium custom rigs. For many gamers and power users, though, it offers tremendous value for what you get. Click the link below for the best price.